Did you know that Pokemon released an ad during the Super Bowl? Let's watch it together.
My favorite's the one that's got jet black hair.
He's extremely fast.
Limitless.
So cute. She has a 12-octave vocal range.
Can be calm.
Powerful. Estilo como yo.
닮기도 한 것 같아갖고. He would improvise on the spot.
Just always finds a way to make it funny.
We both have very fast
Moves.
And can change the world using its mind.
Jigglypuff is my favorite.
Here. This is so cool.
Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff.
Every single time you met a new Pokemon, it felt like you met a new part of yourself.
He likes to sleep. Just like me. 뭔가 여러 모습으로 변할 수 있는 모습도.
Existe muchas formas de superar a sus oponentes.
This is interesting. It makes you wonder, are they releasing maybe some live action thing with these voice actors? Could it be? Could something go
Como
on?
mis chivios por Dios, su love language.
sa loyauté, sa rapidité.
She uses her voice to protect herself.
It's homey, you know? Totally.
That's why I love it.
My favorite is Eevee.
Mi favorito es Sira.
Arcanine.
Jigglypuff.
So, what's your favorite?
What's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is gonna be Mudkip because my first game was Emerald, and I did go back in time and play Gold, the original Gold and Silver and Crystal, after starting with Emerald. But Emerald will always be my baby. Well, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. But my first starter was Mudkip, Marshtomp. He doesn't have too many crazy cards, but maybe he will soon. Did you know that you could attend a Waka Flocka concert at a Pokemon convention? Check it out. Oh shit, I'm gonna get demonetized, but here you go. Waka Flocka at a Pokemon convention. He was ripping packs, he was doing deals. So sick to see some of these big names coming to conventions and enjoying the hobby with us. You know, obviously, this amount of attention will draw some unnecessary FOMO and hype that drives up prices, but it's important to know that nothing goes up forever and nothing goes down forever. Did you know that you can hook up the GameCube and play games like Pokemon Emerald on your TV? Well, this player took it to another level. So good. This is so good. Imagine being able to do this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Did you know that there was a giant Pokemon Center store in Times Square? Yes, so if you've ever been to Japan, we did have a Pokemon Center store exist here. It was replaced by the Nintendo store. I don't think there is a Pokemon store like this that exists in New York City, or maybe there's a smaller version of it. But I don't think I've been anywhere in the city that has a store big enough to some of the stores that I've seen in Japan. But let's check it out together. Let's hit some nostalgia. Wow. Holy crap. This is 2001. Wow. Look, it's Chonkachu. Look at all the Chonkachus. Oh my god. Wow, Pokemon was really, really big back in the day. You have to imagine, Pokemon was so big. Same with Dragon Ball and a lot of these animes, is that Japan was really, really good at getting their anime to the whole world, essentially. So there's a lot of people all around that have their translated version of the anime, and we can all connect on the stories that happened, which is amazing. Where are these statues today? This is a little terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. This Mewtwo is a little terrifying. But do we have the equivalent of something like this today? Let me know in the comments. I don't think we do anymore. But this would be so cool to have. I think because the hype is too crazy here and it can't really be controlled, they just opted not to have a big store like this in New York City because just people can't control themselves. In Japan, there's a more disciplined culture. Here, the people go absolutely crazy. We'll see coming up how crazy people are getting. All these amazing plushies. This looks like Japan, but this was in America for a short time. Wow, so good, so good. You have to imagine how big Pokemon would have gotten back then to have such amounts of merch on display. They must have been raking in so much money. I didn't think Pokemon was this big back then because when I was growing up, Pokemon was seen as kind of like a nerdy thing. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all these things, they were kind of like in their dead period, I guess you could say. Which also at the same time, it makes sense. A lot of their underprinted sets are during this time. So you stick through the thick and the thin, and Pokemon still powers through. Well, these are sick clocks. $150 for this? Holy shit. This would probably be like $1,000 today. This looks hella sick. Wow. So back in 2001, the only Pokemon Center in the United States has ever had open inside Rockefeller Center. So this is the only Pokemon Center that ever existed in the United States. For 4 years, it was a destination for fans packed with exclusive merchandise, including items previously limited to only Japan. In-store events, game distributions, demo stations, floor-to-ceiling Pokemon theming statues. Amazing. Unfortunately, in 2005, the store closed, and the space became what we now know as Nintendo World. But I could have sworn we had maybe another Pokemon store, but maybe not like a giant Pokemon Center store like this. Wow. I wonder why it closed down. But today something like this would be absolutely insane. In honor of Dragon Ball making a return, let's take a look at some exclusive promos that you can get. Now, it's very important to remember that singles will spike up hard and they do spike down hard. So it's important to understand that you're looking for exclusive singles or high rarity singles that you want to collect. Some of the ultra crazy collectible cards like the God Rares or the Collection Championship promos are the ones to be searching for. So this is from the 2025-2026 Dragon Ball Fusion World Championships. Absolutely stunning. Look at that. Now, even the regular secret rares have great coloring and texturing on it, but then you have the secret rare 1-stars, which add an additional layer of foiling, and then you have the secret rare 2-stars, which have insane texture and foiling. Definitely Dragon Ball was extremely undervalued. Anybody complaining about scalpers right now just doesn't understand that the market is naturally being repriced because of how limited some of these cards are, on top of how insane they look. This is better quality than One Piece, and One Piece is already great quality. On the same topic of Dragon Ball, coming up, did you know there's a pop-up tour in the American Dream Mall? Friday, February 20th, Saturday, February 21st, and Sunday, February 22nd, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., except Sunday. Go out, have fun. Let me know if you pick up some merch. I might be there, actually. So, guys, please don't kill each other over Pokemon. I understand that there's crazy money to be made because of how the market is right now, but it's not worth this. It's not worth going to jail for. Find a different way to make a living than to fight over product like this. You know, Walmart and Target, they're not fighting each other over product from distributors. You know, sometimes they don't get allocated as much as they want. You know, you have to take things easy. Of course, this is not gonna last forever, but let's get
crazy in the Poké streets.
It really do get crazy in the Poké streets, man. Holy shit! What the fuck? Break it up. What the fuck? Hey, let's break it up. Where's security?
They get crazy in these Poké streets. Real reckless.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, I'm gonna need y'all to chill. Stop, chill.
Hey, grab my foot.
Go around.
Yeah.
The checklist, static in the air.
Alright, I think he's with this group.
I ain't every rival, Mewtwo type of third eye. Lurking in the shadows, see the ops detected. Ain't no second chances, every move perfected.
Shit get crazy in the Poké streets.
Holy shit, they got arrested, bro. And it makes me go crazy because we've seen videos in previous episodes where people are like, I'm quitting my job to go full-time on Pokemon. But then they don't money manage very intelligently to prepare for when markets go crazy and they can't get product, so they have to resort to fighting other people to just be able to pay bills. Because sometimes it's not always money-hungry people. Some of these people are actually making this their full-time business or full-time venture. Some people quit their jobs over this. You have to have lived through at least a cycle of hype and a cycle of downtime and building a strong foundation for your business before you can go 100% full-time. Yes, you could take risks, but you have to take calculated risks. As you could see, these guys did not take any calculated risks. And so are these.
Exactly, dude. You want to get after yourself, you little bitch? If I want to come over here my fucking self, I'm tired of your shit. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah. What, bitch? You motherfucking bitch.
They get wild in these Poké streets, bro.
To continue,
They
make
get
sure Bluetooth
wild.
is connected.
I told you. Crazy. At least it didn't have to be us.
Security's just standing there laughing. I guess he's just gonna man the line, right?
You feel better now?
Yeah. And then as far as like, the sheriff, my position in line.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You want to...
That is crazy. Alright, so what happens here? You fight, you get hurt, you get arrested, you get trespassed. Is that all worth it? Is that all worth it? How much product are you realistically picking up and how much are you profiting off of it? Like, you gotta be making at least a week's worth of pay if you're buying. They're not handing out that much product. You know, how could you possibly justify going through jail and being trespassed? That stuff takes up what, maybe 2-3 days of your time if you get arrested and you stay overnight or something. You're wasting almost a whole week when you get into a situation like this. Are you making a whole week's pay off of these products? Like, are people thinking? It baffles my mind. Did you know that if you invested money into gold and money into Pokemon, you would have outperformed gold by over 1,000%? Let's check it out.
How crazy Pokemon has gone in the past year. If you bought $5,000 worth of Pokemon 2 years ago, specifically Evolving Skies boxes when they were $525 each, those boxes would now be worth around $23,800. Now compare that to gold. Put $5,000 into gold, and today you'd be sitting at roughly $10,400. That's a difference of over $13,000. Pokemon didn't just outperform gold, it beat the S&P 500 and even Bitcoin in the same time period. Collectibles aren't just a hobby anymore, they're a serious asset class. And if you want Pokemon restocks, new release guides, and collector
gold would have made you 10K and Evolving Skies would have made you over $23,000. It's pretty crazy to think about, But because things have gone up that fast, it makes you question, is there enough money to propel this further up? And when it comes to things outside of collectibles like market cap and all these advanced financial things, no. There is no... At some point, you need so much money to move the price up that price doesn't move up that much. But when it comes to sealed product that's constantly being ripped every day, and you're essentially constantly removing product from the supply, yeah, prices could spike and continue to spike. But they'll also crash hard. That's important to pay attention. Check this out. This fan recreated these video game scenes using 3D models from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Check it out. This looks absolutely stunning. Wow. Now, I only wish this was real. This looks better than anything Game Freak has ever done. This, what? Oh, man. Wow. Can you imagine? Can you imagine this? That's sick. That water looks crisp. Dude, that is insane. Somebody's got to get on this, man. Who do I need to donate to help get this going? We need to get this going, man. The classic scene where your mom stuffs you in the truck for some reason, so you're sleeping in the back of the truck while you're moving. Wow, that is an insane detail. You have the War Turtle coming out of the water, and Ash with Pikachu on top of his head. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Who can we get on this, man? We need somebody to get on this. Please. Can we get these for real? Can we get this? Oh my god. That's so sick. Wow. Shout out to Hothead, the artist, for this. This is insane. This is insane. Did you know that theft is worse than we think? Check this out. This collector found his lost submission on eBay, and the culprit is none other than the post office. Check it out. So this is the collector's collection. He had a ton of highly sought after and valuable cards. You have base set Blastoise, Charizard, Dark Charizard, Suicune, base set Gyarados, Prime Umbreon. This is absolutely insane. We're looking at probably maybe 50k worth of cards. If they're in decent grades, maybe a little bit less than that. This is insane. But check this out. Hi everyone, I'm posting this to document what happened to my collection and ask for advice. In 2023, I shipped my PSA submission through USPS. The package was never delivered, and the tracking eventually showed updating. I filed reports, I tried to get help, but nothing ever moved forward. Later, I made a post on Facebook about the missing cards. A person reached out to me privately saying they had information about the cards. The same person showed me my legendary collection Charizard already graded and listed for sale on their eBay. The cards weren't just lost. Somebody had stolen the cards and already graded them. So the collector went back and forth. They eventually contacted the USPS Inspector General. They never got a response from them. And after months of going absolutely nowhere and trying to get in touch with their local police, they contacted the same person who reached out to them about the cards, and then he told the officers that he purchased them from his boss, and that his boss works for USPS? Are you kidding me? At this point, I honestly didn't know what to do. These were not just valuable cards, they were my personal grails. I waited in line overnight in the cold and made the drive to Toronto to get them signed by Mutsuhiro Arita. They took years to acquire. So some of these cards, if you didn't notice, they weren't just regular cards. They were signed by Mutsuhiro Arita live in person at a convention. I think he mentioned that he was in Toronto at the time. Some people go straight to Japan to get these signatures. Can you imagine doing that and losing all of these? But this is insane. So you can't even trust the one entity you're supposed to trust. The United States Postal Service. This definitely needs to be investigated. There has to be more outcome to the story. I'll get back to you guys with an update if I hear more about it. But this is insane. Check this out. Did you know Tiffany and Company partnered up to make a Pokeball? Check this out.
I'm holding one of the rarest Pokeball collectibles of all time. And inside is an 18-karat gold Pikachu pendant. No joke, I've been wanting to get my hands on this for such a long time, and I'm so stoked. The extremely limited 2023 collaboration between Tiffany & Co. and Pokemon. This piece is actually a three-way collaboration, including the artist Daniel Arsham, who has a ton of history with Pokemon. The collection was released online on November 29th, 2023, and a very small in-store release, no joke, only like 2 locations. The tough part about actually acquiring this was that you had to enter a purchase application that was only live for 24 hours. That literally just highlights how limited this collection was. Arsham designed the pendant with his signature future relic art style in an 18-karat gold pendant with diamond accents. But obviously, I was a huge fan of the packaging because it was equally impressive in my eyes. The iconic Tiffany blue box with a once-in-a-lifetime Pokeball, the Tiffany Blue Pokeball. Absolutely incredible and even cooler in real life. Tell us how much it is, bro. I am holding one of the...
Tell us how much it is. Okay, so it's looking like a $5,000 piece. That one specifically might be way more. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this one's in used condition. This is in used condition. And it is $26,000. Absolutely insane. This guy destroyed a legendary card. This is slab cracks gone wrong. Always be careful when you're cracking your slabs. Use very precise movements and stay careful. Cracking is a risk. That's why some people charge a cracking fee, because there are risks involved. So this person tried to crack out a rated rookie Caitlin Clark card. These right now are probably going for a good hefty price. But one wrong slip is all it takes. One wrong slip. This card went from a PSA 10 to a PSA -5. Happy cracking, safe cracking. Did you know that Campbell's partnered with Pokemon? Yes, apparently they did, and scalpers scalped that out too. Crazy. Check this out. So Campbell's did a soup collab with Disney and Pokemon. You got scalpers going for soup now, huh? This is cool. This is cool as a sealed collectible if it wasn't something consumable. First of all, this thing has a shelf life of how long? Maybe, 10 years? Right? So you're holding on to spoiled product, and all it is just the label outside the can? Like, what is it? Is it Mewtwo-shaped noodles in the soup or something? Like, what's going on? That is crazy. This person said, what the heck? I've had a few cans just sitting in my pantry for a few months because my kids don't want to eat it. Some guy says, I definitely have the whole set and I'm not ashamed. Bro, you have the whole set? Did you eat the soup? Did you eat the soup at least? Like, see, this is where we're in the Looney Tunes part of the market. Looney Tunes, people are going crazy. Alright, check this out. Did you know that there are themed cards from the Pokemon Snap video game? Yes, check this out. This card just sold for an insane amount of money. And the artwork is a photographed picture from the in-game gameplay. As you can see here, the set symbol is this camera, which is representative of Pokemon Snap. If you don't remember Pokemon Snap, it's a game about being a photographer, like almost like a zoo photographer, and going out in nature and looking at Pokemon, trying to get sick artworks, sick photographs. Here is the whole set. I don't think this is the complete set, but we have some hilarious picture. Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. We have the close-up Chonkachu, Poliwag. Oh my god, these are so good. I don't think any of these are hollow, but check this out. This is crazy. This one came in a magazine. So in 1999, Pokemon Snap turned players into photographers. The Koro comic hosted a national Pokemon Snap Best Photo contest. And as a reward, the players with the best photos got their in-game picture printed on a Pokemon card. The cards were never sold, so you can never pull them, so they're forever limited. And it is a direct copy and paste of the exact picture that was captured in-game. Now let's check out how much this guy just went for. PSA 8. Only 6 in population. This is a PSA 8. $55,000. $55,000. That is crazy. And in a PSA 8. So, it could tell you one of two things. It could tell you that we're in the beginning phases of the market where people are repricing things accordingly. Highly sought after and limited items like this that weren't regularly printed are actually finding price discovery. Or we're in a hype, FOMO, Looney Tunes market, and we'll see this price go down by 90% next year. I don't think that's the case. Maybe it'll correct a little bit if another one out there comes out, but with very few limited items out there, it's already in the hands of collectors that are not willing to sell it unless it's a really attractive price. So some of these cards may not see any sales during downtimes because their owners are not willing to let go of them. And we have a lot more people coming into the market like that are not willing to just let go of their cards for cheap. Really, really deep, educated collectors. And that's why you need to educate yourself as a collector. Because the biggest thing in this hobby is information. Intelligence over instinct. Created to think, not to react.